speaking with my constituents and getting a real sense of their top concerns. And let me tell you, I didn't meet one person that thought that Bidenomics was any step in the right direction for this country. But things that stood out loud and clear is that Americans are having a really difficult time affording groceries and gasoline and keeping the lights on in their home. And there's a lot of angst about the cost of gas and groceries. This is the reality of Bidenomics for many Americans. Mr. Antony, your extensive research on inflation has shed light onto the role of as a hidden tax on American households. I'm aware of your findings indicating that this inflation tax frequently surpasses federal income taxes. Can you elaborate on how this is possible?
Certainly, and thank you for the question. We have to understand that inflation, because it's a devaluation of the dollar, for the sake of creating new dollars, when those new dollars come into existence, where did their value come from? A portion of the wealth of every other dollar that existed previously is siphoned away and goes into those new dollars. So as the government creates inflation, it is taking that wealth away from dollar holders. So that is how the government actually takes wealth away from you through the hidden tax of inflation. And all they need to do is do this at a fast enough rate that the amount of wealth being transferred is going to exceed the amount of wealth being transferred via the federal income tax. And this is, to be clear, this is not the first time that this has happened in our nation's history. This exact same phenomenon happened 40 years ago when we had very high inflation rates then as well.
Thank you. And I'm sure we've all heard the Biden administration's promise that taxes would not increase for those earning less than $400,000 a year. Would you say that he's kept his promise?
No, not at all, especially when you consider the fact that inflation falls most heavily on those who make lower incomes. There's a lot of different reasons for that, one of which is that lower earners tend to have incomes which adjust slower to inflation, but also looking at the things that those people buy. Just one example here would be, let's say someone in the middle class would buy filet occasionally, but now they can't afford to, so they just buy ground beef instead. You're moving to a foodstuff which is already disproportionately purchased by people with lower incomes. So what you've done now is not only is there, if you want to call it an income effect, from everyone having less money or less real money due to inflation, so they can afford less. But now there's also a substitution effect, if you want to call it that, where there's an increase in demand for things disproportionately bought by people with lower incomes. In other words, the prices of the things they buy go up even faster than the average.
Dearest friends, I have good news to share with you this Saturday. So more relief checks are expected to be sent out. New deposits have also been confirmed. Several guaranteed income programs across the country are expected to provide over $500 in payments to thousands of Americans. My dear friends, please do me a big favor and watch until the end of this video to find out if you qualify. Also, to say thank you for being part of this community. Every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. And please make sure that you do stay tuned because I'll be announcing the winners of yesterday's giveaway. Guaranteed income programs, also known as Universal Basic Income, have continued to gain support from a growing number of Americans. The primary goal of these programs is to ensure a basic standard of living for every individual, irrespective of their employment status or financial situation. This concept has gained attention globally as a potential solution to address economic inequality, poverty, and the impacts of technological advancements on employment. The city of St. Louis is launching a program that seeks to help low-income families by providing them with $500 monthly payments for 18 months. The program is a signature priority for Mayor Jones, who said that the money will go to hundreds of city households. She believes it will help rebuild neighborhoods. Mayor Jones said at a recent news conference, St. Louis's guaranteed basic income will provide hundreds of St. Louis families the resources they need to lift themselves out of poverty, giving them a strong foundation to grow and to thrive. The Board of Aldermen approved the program last year. The city will use $5 million in federal crisis aid. Mayor Jones announced a website for those who are interested. Applications will be open between October 23rd and November 1st, and the city will start sending the money on debit cards in December. So this concept is not new. During the crisis, the federal government temporarily expanded the child tax credits to send families up to $300 per month for each child. Many researchers said it cut childhood poverty in half. Other cities already experimenting with guaranteed basic income include Baltimore, Maryland, Chicago, Illinois, Denver, Colorado, Birmingham, Alabama, and Columbia, South Carolina. In 2021 and 2022, a round of one-time $500 checks went to more than 9,000 St. Louis households, which were aimed at helping to help pay for groceries, utilities, and other essentials. So this new effort is expected to send money to approximately 540 St. Louis households with parents or guardians of children attending city public schools, including charter schools. Eligibility is limited to those making 170% of the federal poverty line or less, which is about $42,000 for a family of three. U.S. consumer prices rose unexpectedly in September, primarily driven by a surprising surge in rental costs. However, a steady moderation in underlying inflationary pressures supported the belief in financial markets that the Federal Reserve would maintain the current interest rates next month. The latest report from the Labor Department revealed that the annual increase in consumer prices, excluding volatile food and energy components, was the smallest in 2 years. Economists anticipated a reversal of the rental cost increase in the upcoming months, despite conflicting trends in the supply of multifamily housing and surveys showing a decline in asking rents. So while the labor market remains tight, reaching the Fed's 2% inflation target might be a prolonged process, suggesting that the U.S. Central Bank could keep interest rates elevated for an extended period of time. Factors such as higher U.S. Treasury yields may further dissuade the Fed from tightening monetary policy. The Consumer Price Index had increased by 0.4% last month, with more than half of the rise attributed to a 0.6% increase in shelter costs. Gasoline prices rose by 2.1%, following a significant 10.6% acceleration in the month of August. Food prices also climbed by 0.2%, marking it the third consecutive month of increase. In the 12 months through September, the CPI advanced by 3.7%, which is a slight decline from the 9.1% peak in June 2022. Other contributing factors included increases in motor vehicle insurance, recreation, personal care, new vehicles, household furnishings, and operations. However, prices for used cars and trucks fell by 2.5%, while apparel costs dropped by 0.8%. The ongoing UAW strike, now in its fourth week, has not yet significantly impacted the labor market. However, many experts say that this is leading to bottlenecks in the supply chain, affecting major automakers. Fed policymakers view the strike as a new source of uncertainty regarding the U.S. economic outlook, noting both potential upside risks to inflation and downside risks to activity. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Dearest friends, thank you so much for being part of this community. Every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. Friends, please make sure that you enter these giveaways. All you need to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. The winners of yesterday's giveaway is Stacy Ritchie and Norma Loza. Congratulations, my greatest friends. To claim your gift card, please check your notifications page and send me a message. Or, dearest friends, you could message me on my Facebook page. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed weekend.